I bet just like me, you've all seen tons and tons of articles out there on the internet about how real estate is over and it's going to crash and burn and we're at an end and we're all going to die. Leaving you, just like my clients, with tons of questions about what's really going on with real estate. I'm happy to report that there may be some trends forming in the Portland real estate market, and we will get into those in just a second. I'm Ron Milligan with RE/MAX Select here in Portland's Pearl District. Let's get into the numbers. First thing up is the average sale price, and it's not pretty. We're down 7.4% this year versus roughly the same week last year. What I've been telling a lot of my clients is to expect it to get worse before it gets better. Last year at this time, we had a pretty strong market and the average sale price was continuing to rise pretty aggressively until we hit a peak at the end of May at around $667,000. We're well below that right now. You can see on this graph that since about January, we have been rising, which is what we're supposed to be doing this time of year. But the rise has been much more modest than what we saw last year. So expect that number to be maybe even above 10%, that difference between last year and this year. As we get closer to that time frame, we'll have a little more information that may let us know where we're going to land and maybe where we're going to start to turn around. Inventory continues to stay really, really low. We're on like week 9 of almost no change in the number of homes available for buyers to purchase. And the difference can be seen here, where the number of new listings to hit the market this last week, 422 versus the same time period last year, 586. Relatively decent demand this year. 598, no real change from last week, slightly down from the week before, but pretty good numbers for what we've been experiencing with interest rates. Last year at this time, we did have 845 homes go under contract, so still a much busier year last year, bigger volume than what we're experiencing this year. One thing I did want to mention is the number of lockbox opens, which is another way that we do sort of measure buyer demand, buyer activity, the number of showings that agents are taking clients out on. For the first time in a very long time, the number of lockbox opens this year was higher than we had last year, 5% higher in fact. No real difference in bank-owned properties, foreclosures, and short sales, those pre-foreclosure properties on the market. The only thing I saw was that a couple of short sales sold, bringing that number down a couple. Well, that's all the excitement I have for you this week. I would love a thumbs up and a follow if you haven't followed this channel yet. And as always, if you know someone who might find this information useful or informative, please share this video with them. And thank you for watching to the very end. We'll see you next week.